Hi, my name is David Smith. Since I'm home from school because of Corona, I wanted to be helpful. So, welcome to LawFlip. Let's flip the game upside down, baby.
LawFlip, objection, Your Honor. Turn the game upside down. LawFlip, objection, Your Honor. Turn the game upside down. Welcome to LawFlip. It's an unfiltered conversation about law, life, COVID-19, event design, planning, partying at home, along with everything in between. So you may not feel bad for the A-list celebrities or the super wealthy that can't party, but you can't party either. Your friends can't party either. Your neighbors can't party either. The loss of events, concerts, sporting events, and parties has created an economic devastation for an entire industry worth trillions of dollars and tens of millions of jobs lost. So this is why I wanted to bring two of the best designers and producers in the world to get their insight on the current state of affairs, what's going to happen, and how we create special events in our homes and intimate settings during this challenging time. So we have Melissa Andre. Look at her. Here, just give her a little bit of a round of applause here, okay? So Melissa Andre is a celebrity creative director renowned for her distinctively whimsical designs with an unexpected edge, attracting the likes of global brands like Google, IG, as the kids say, Instagram, Louis Vuitton, to celebs like Drake, Drizzy, you know, that Tootsie slide? The Weeknd, she's all about The Weeknd, those blinding lights, and Victoria Beckham. Then we got Alexendra Rembac, often otherwise known as Alex. Alex Rembac is the heart and visionary soul behind event design and production firm Sterling Engagement. She's an award-winning designer, producer, and community organizing. Best known for pushing past limitations with her cutting-edge designs. Her clients include Disney, you know Disney, Hulu, Herbalife, Universal Music Group, and a myriad of other professional and private clients. So these two women have figured out how to make celebrities enjoy themselves. And we know that's hard because they get fun stuff all the time. So today, they will share their secrets for how to bring all the fun into your homes during this uniquely crazy time. Look, if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, to our YouTube, to our IG, that's your problem. You're missing out. What can I tell you? Anyway, let's flip the game upside down. Okay, so I want to start this thing off, have a little bit of fun. You know, we're cooped up in our house. Let's start with some speed round of questions. Let's go with favorite cocktail, Melissa.
I like biodynamic champagne. There's one by Louis Roederer, pardon my French, that has been getting a lot of action lately.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds fun.
I'm going to bring some over. Bring some over. It's like a pesticide-free champagne. Honestly, it's better for hangovers. That's my main thing.
Alex.
I'm going to say anything tequila and most frequently Avión soda and lime juice.
Okay. Brand you most resonate with?
I think Condé Nast, maybe, like with fashion, publishing, education, mentoring, young designers. I think they're doing a really good job.
Alex.
I'm going to say Rolex. They're sophisticated, timeless, and above all else, they have a large impact on the social responsibility and do a lot for giving back in the philanthropic way.
I feel that. Designer or icon who inspires you? Alex.
David Stark.
Ooh, okay. Go for it, Melissa.
Martha Stewart, first self-made female billionaire in America.
I feel that. You two are just second and third. Well, no, there's a couple since then, but you guys will be.
I'm not quite there.
So, favorite part of an event? Alex.
I'm going to say the wow moment, which can happen anytime. It really depends. That moment when you realize everything's come together. It could be when you do the client reveal. It could be when doors open and guests walk in and are just completely blown away. Or it could be like an hour before doors when talent is just at their peak and you just know that it was better than what you had planned.
Amazing. Go for it, Melissa.
I think the mood board, because then I can, suggest a whole bunch of things and I don't have to worry about how they're going to like stick to the ceiling and float and not break or like catch on fire. So the mood board is my favorite.
Okay. And this is also particularly important in my business. We represent employees, and we have so many employees in the service business that have just been devastated by this. So I just wanted to get your expertise on where things were before Corona, what happened after Corona. Let's start with, what were your businesses like pre-Corona? Let's go for you, Melissa.
We're really busy this year. I think the first kind of events that got canceled for us, we do a lot in entertainment. So we're South by Southwest events, and it kind of made me pretty iffy about what was going on for Coachella. And it wasn't until a few weeks ago that we knew for certain that Coachella was canceled. Like, I remember, I don't know, now it would just seem crazy to know that we were back and forth with artists, like, are we doing a party, are we doing this? And it's like, now it would seem crazy we're not even allowed to leave our houses, we can't hang out with more than 9 people at a time.
But just tell us a little bit about what your business was on a day-to-day basis. What type of stuff did you work on?
Yeah, we do event design and production all over the world. We do some destination events. We do a lot in the entertainment industry. I do a masterclass series, and we can still do that online. But for the most part, and actually it completely, not even for the most part, there are no parties allowed. So yeah, we do like a lot of events every year. So it's been a big change.
Okay, so Alex, what was your business like? What type of stuff did you do? We mentioned a few of the things. What are the things that you really like to focus on pre-Corona?
So this week we're celebrating 15 years. And
Wow.
in the past 15 years, other than what has happened since Corona, we've gone nothing but up. Last year alone, our business grew about 44%. We do a combination of corporate, entertainment, nonprofit, and then a small degree of social weddings in the norm. This year was pretty packed for us. In our first quarter, we had a series of social events for conferences. We had social events as far as weddings and mitzvahs and everything in between. I've had about 16 cancellations.
Okay, wait, hold on. Before we go to cancellations, because this is where the devastation comes in. Okay, so we heard about what your businesses were like pre-COVID-19. Alex, tell us, how has COVID-19 affected your business across the board?
Sure. So February 27th was our first update of what was happening. It was pretty early. I work with several corporate clients that are global, and they do several conferences that really have people fly in from all over. So we got a notification that an event that we had been working on for 3 months, 6-figure job for us, was going to be canceled. It was an entire week full of events, and we were kind of not anticipating that at all. We knew that things had peaked up, and we were told that the China market would not be attending, but never in a million years did we see that coming. It was like an avalanche. And the moment that happened, I started to look at what March was going to be like as far as everything else goes, what April was going to be like, what May was going to be like. And I'll be honest, I was in a little bit of a denial about it. I went to a couple Kings games. The final Kings game I went to was the final game.
Wow.
We walked outside, and it was kind of right after everything had happened with Kobe, and looked up on the screens, and all you see was NBA postponed. And right at that moment, I knew, okay, this is bad. If they're going to go ahead and announce that, everybody will follow suit tomorrow. And sure enough, that happened.
Yeah, the day that Tom Hanks and his wife announced they had COVID and the NBA season were within the same hour. It was while we were shooting an episode, and when we got out of it, Ariana, our producer, told us about those things, and we were like, the world has changed forever. Like, it was just nuts. Okay, and then Melissa, tell us about how it's affected your business and like some of the downstream effects, so the things that like maybe some of us aren't thinking about. How is it affecting? What's the cascading effect?
Yeah, I obviously it was a very short period before we had question marks until it was like a very big, absolutely no parties anywhere. So as an event business, like on any event, there can be 100 staff and team members or more. You know, we do some productions that like might take 8 or 9 days to set up. So these are like hundreds of people that are not able to work. And, you know, I have an internal team that comes to the office every day. Our office is obviously closed. And then,
so what is it? So people think, oh, you know what? Events going down the drains. Like, who cares? It's just a bunch of rich event planners and celebrities that are getting hurt. Like, are there real people that are getting hurt by this, and who are they?
Yeah, there's chefs, there's servers, there's limo drivers, there's, you know, all transportation drivers, there's delivery people, there's people behind the scenes that fill balloons and that build tents and that store these things. Like, there's even some people who can't even afford storage anymore because no one's able to rent these things. So it's like a huge industry event. So, I mean, I could go on forever with the amount of people who are affected.
Yeah, Alex, anything else that you've seen that like maybe the common folk don't understand about the hospitality industry getting hit as hard as it's getting? Like, what are some things that maybe we're not thinking about?
Sure. So I think the biggest thing that people don't necessarily understand or think about is our industry came to like a grinding halt overnight. So before the shelter at home was in place, before people were told they can't go to work, we were told you can't gather. And that means 10 people or more, nobody could gather. So everything was shut down instantly overnight. It was just dark. And for us, like Melissa said, like it's not even just the chefs and the tent makers and everyone in between, but it goes as far as tourism and technology and, you know, as far as purveyors that are providing food like Cisco, everyone has an overage of food crops right now. There's concession workers that usually have jobs. There's convention center workers. There's so many people are affected by this. And it's like you said, you know, when we first started, there's 10 million jobs at stake. It's a massive industry. And our industry is like a tree branch that connects so many other people. And so many people are affected by this. And on top of that, a lot of them don't even have their unemployment yet. They don't even have their stimulus checks yet. So these are people that don't necessarily make a ton of money. They're hourly. They rely on this funding. And on top of that, they don't even have, once unemployment has kicked in, it's not even working for them yet.
Sure. Okay. So what is the solution for now? And what is the solution in the future? I just want to open that up for discussion. Let's hear what you have to say, Melissa.
I mean, I think that, you know.
And by the way, I'm sorry. Let me. So that's assuming that there is a solution. I think maybe it's a little bit presumptuous. But what's your best take on what do we do for this industry? How do we support? How do you guys do your best to pivot? And what can everybody do to support those that are struggling right now in your industry?
Yeah, I mean, if you are having a party or you can have a party, whatever it is, try to be postponing rather than canceling. That's the main thing that you can do. If there's a way for you to leave your deposits in the hands of your vendors and not take them back, that's something that if you can, you should do, because part of we're all in this together, you know, involves thinking maybe you took a pay cut, but there's a vendor out there who went to zero, you know, did not get a 10% pay cut. They went from full pay to zero. You know, so that's part of working together, kind of all of us doing our part to, you know, just postpone and move things. And then really on our end as vendors, it's going to be very much about pivoting. Even when everyone is allowed to have parties again, people will not want to attend massive gatherings of hundreds of people. So I think that parties will be smaller. I think that even if people do RSVP, there will be a lot of no-shows. So we need to kind of manage that in the background, and maybe that means modifying our own policies or asking vendors or venues to be lenient with their minimums, whatever it is. Kind of everyone needs to come together and figure that out. But I suspect that destination will turn into, you know, where can I drive that's like 3 hours away. Right. I think there'll be this huge, like, I can't go to Costa Rica and I'm not going to have a wedding in Italy. I can't, you know, put my family through that. So what can I do that's 3 hours, you know, away? Where can I drive? Something like that. So I think, like, in general, the whole landscape of events events will change. And think about, something like a wedding where, the first priority was, can I get a Saturday in August? Like, imagine that being the first priority right now. Of course it's not. It's like, can you postpone? Is your family okay? Can they travel? Can you even, is the venue even going to allow you to? Do they have dates? You might get a Tuesday in February and be like, this is bomb. This is exactly what I wanted. At least I don't have to wait longer than that, So it's definitely going to be like a rejigging of priorities.
Okay, so Alex, tell us, how are you dealing with it now and going into the future? And
Sure. So I think right now the biggest thing I'm doing is trying to stay busy and trying to stay inspired. And with that is also trying to keep other people inspired, my partners, people that have also experienced the devastation, and really trying to challenge them on what they can do and how they can pivot. So I've joined forces. I was one of the first to join forces with a new coalition that was formed basically overnight as an action, which is called Live Events Coalition. I'm kind of heading up their brand and their strategy, using a lot of my knowledge I have a PR background just from college, to help kind of build out that voice and work with their PR team. And we're really trying to unite everyone in the industry and get them to come on board and as one unified voice to submit for federal funding and try and get some type of support, because our industry is so massive and it's affected so many. So that's amazing. That's one of the major things that I'm doing right now. We're trying to partner with as many organizations as we can, from stagehands to concerts to live sporting events to floral and catering and everything in between. ILEA, our International Event Society, WIPA, everyone that we can get to have as much of a unified voice as possible, and really try and get the attention of people in Washington and see what we can do to help people, from the businesses that are too large to be considered small businesses to the small 1099 contract workers that aren't able to apply for unemployment as well. And then
that's amazing.
Just developing some pivots. So, doing what I can to stay active in our industry and doing shows like this, doing tons of interviews, showing my face as much as possible as far as Instagram Live, and keeping our audience and our, industry engaged as much as we can. We've developed a couple different offerings that we're going to be able to use to service our clients, which you'll be seeing soon. And then in the meantime, it's having those meaningful, impactful conversations, like I said, to really start to inspire people that maybe aren't on that page yet, and encourage people to support small businesses and buy gift cards and book their 2021 wedding now, or their social event now.
That's a good, I want to pick up on that. So none of us know when things are going to be back to anywhere close to normal. What do you do? So let's say you have a wedding that you have to postpone. How do you avoid, I imagine, I was thinking about this, how brutal it would be for you guys to, let's say there was an April date and you move it to September because you think it's going to be over by then that has to get kicked down the road. So you just planned a wedding 3 times. How are you avoiding getting into that trap?
We're using a 3-month rule over here. So if we don't have 3-month clearance, we're not rescheduling. And that seems to be a moving target. So you're right. We're triple and quadruple doing things. I'm telling most people, if they can, wait to 2021 to do that. So that, it's not kind of an additional work. But yeah, that's really what we're saying is stay local. If you can, make your events as close to home, potentially downsize. Typically, I ask people after an event what they would change if they could change anything, and a lot of people, a huge percentage of people, say that they wish that they had invited less people. So maybe that's something that's going to happen.
I feel like now COVID is now the excuse for, as bad as it is, it's kind of a good little excuse to pretty much do the things that you want. Now you can kind of do the things that you want to do, if you don't want to invite people, COVID.
Totally.
But when you were mentioning the idea of now a destination wedding being 3 hours away, mm-hmm. I think that there might be, it's not going to equal the playing field, but maybe there's going to be enough business that stays in the country as a result of this that may offset some of the devastation.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, celebrating has withstood every crisis and every world war and people are dying to celebrate always at the end of, whatever is not so great like this, So
I literally will travel. Like, you give me, just point to the map. Any place, if I'm allowed to go there, I'm going to go there right after this.
Yeah.
Okay, so look. So now, since there's no big parties, we need advice for the common folk. I know we're not, not Leo, not Drake. I just want some advice for the common folk. So I'm a big list fan. And what I asked you guys to do, we wanted to come up with what are the top 10 ways to celebrate at home. So this is actually sponsored by our great case management tool, Filevine. Are you interested in a great case management tool and also interested in a great swag bag? Are you guys interested in that? Well, you're probably not interested in the case management system, but the swag bag I think you'd enjoy. So listen, everybody at home, contact me at benjamin@smithbenowitz.com and I'll get you hooked up with a discount on services for Filevine and a swag bag. Yes, you can get the swag bag even if you don't end up buying the services. But honestly, you'll want to buy the services, particularly because you will want to get discounted pricing because of your connection to LawFlip. So with that being said, I want you to, ladies, you powerful women that I'm so excited to have on the show, I want you guys to each give me 5 of the tips for how to celebrate at home. And let's start with Alex. What's your first tip? How to celebrate at home?
I would say whatever you do, do it with purpose. So whether it's a birthday or a brand that has a premiere of something that's now launching at home, or even something like Father's Day or graduation, decide who your audience is, whether it's family or your kids or a client, and approach it on how you are going to be able to best entertain them in the moment. So we have a ton of different partners that are offering catering family meals and are doing cocktails to go and are doing floral and sweets and a messy table in a box like those grazing tables. There's so many people that will help support you and bring that celebration that once was outside live into your home, and look at those different ways. There's also tons of people that are dying to get outside, whether it's a drive-by car parade or it's even, everyone sends in, there's 50 or 100 people that send in videos to one person that compiles this amazing birthday video that they get to keep forever. There's just a lot of purpose that you could put behind it depending on what the occasion is.
I'm going to give a shout out to my man, Ari and Tabibian. He's our producer, and he is definitely available to do work like editing videos for people. He's the best in the business. Number 2, Melissa Andre, go for it. And let's try to keep
35 tips. That was 35 tips.
Yeah, that was a lot of tips. All right, guys, let's go. I want to make this a breezy 10. So let's go. Let's make them shorter. So number 2, Melissa Andre.
Take an inventory of anyone in your neighborhood who is able to deliver to you. So if you have a balloon gal, if you have a florist, whoever it is, see what they can do. Put on gloves, drop it off at your door so that you can still party at home.
Love it. Number 3, Alex.
I'm going to say embrace your surroundings. Look at what you have at the tools in your home, whether it's lighting candles or picking citrus and flowers from your backyard, putting them on the table, just doing everything to make whatever you're doing feel special. There's so many different ways to enhance it, and oftentimes it could be literally in your backyard and you don't even know it.
Love it. Number 4, Melissa Andre.
Okay, I'm going to say, don't save any of your fancy stuff right now. I know everyone has like wine that they're saving for a holiday and like fancy candles that they're only going to burn, when someone comes over. I say use all the that you have, make it special. Drink your fancy wine on Tuesday afternoon.
Yes. Alex, number 5. Let's go.
I'm going to say the obvious. So the FaceTime and the Zoom and the house party, do what you can to stay connected to people that you can't necessarily sit down next to. I think that keeping things connected and allowing people, even on Passover, I delivered food to my family and we all did a virtual Seder. Find a way to still stay connected even if you're not in person.
Hot. 6.
Okay, rejig your house around. If you have like your laundry out, all your out, whatever it is, when we do, parties for celebrities in their houses, the first thing that we do is like open up their closet doors and hide all of the regular stuff. So move around, make it party worthy. I turned this like little 2-seater marble table that I have in my kitchen into a bar. I already have a bar now. I have a second bar. I'm like, I have, you know, games out on my coffee table. Just kind of move things around and make it like a bit more of a fun house.
Love it. Number 7.
Get dressed. I think it's really easy.
Oh, that's a good one.
We've been home and it's so easy to be comfortable or not be wearing jeans or not be wearing outfits. But you know what? There's tons of holidays and there's tons of moments that are going to happen. And something about putting on your clothes and putting on earrings or doing things to make you feel a little bit more together. You won't just look that way. You'll feel it and it'll automatically help with your instant attitude.
Love it. I'm putting on my tux. Is it number 8 or number 7?
I don't know.
Number 8. Let's go, Melissa. Number 8.
Okay, I think one of my best tips when you're having a party at your house and it's not quarantine season is to hire a bartender. And the reason, on all of my tips are about drinking. This is by accident, but is to hire a bartender because like it's a couple $100, you don't even notice, and they clean everything for you and they do the whole thing. So you can't do that right now, obviously. So try and like prepare things like pre-batch cocktails and cut your limes and do your things so that like, you know, when you're going to celebrate that night, you don't feel like I have to clean this. Are we allowed to swear on this?
Go for it.
All right, oh my God, I'm going to have to whatever, like just kind of prep it, pretend you're a bartender.
Okay. Love it. Alex?
I'm going to say share the love. For those that don't know me, I'm a lover, and I think that finding ways to give people love, whether it's bringing your neighbor leftovers that you made, or it's finding ways to buy a dinner for somebody else, or send food to a hospital for nurses that are working, finding ways to connect. Even I made a playlist for people to listen to at home and kind of dance it out. There's different ways that you can make people feel loved, whether they're feeling positive right now or a little bit down, to just add a little extra sunshine. And it's an instant uplifter, and I'm all about kind of going upward right now.
I gotta say, I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling pretty good. I wasn't feeling that great when we started, now I'm feeling a little bit better. You guys know how to make it work. Okay, that was 10, right?
I don't know.
We're good. Okay. If it's
Whatever,
9, it's 9, it's 10. Okay, we're on to deals of the week. Look, guys, I've been talking about this word deal for a long time. It means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. For me, generally it means it's a good thing. What's your deal of the week, Alex?
I'm all about self-care right now. So I'm doing a little bit of a mid-month challenge in between doing like this ab fitness thing along with the Peloton and doing what I can to feel good, because I spent the past couple weeks not being so great about it. So now it's time to kick things up into high gear and really start to focus on a little extra self-care.
Okay, self-care. Everybody at home, get your self-care on. What's your deal of the week, Melissa, Andre?
Little fires everywhere. Get your little fires on. Oh my God, it's so racy.
What's a little fire? Tell us what's a little fire?
It's a show.
Oh.
Little fires everywhere. It's on Hulu. Get into it.
Okay. What's so great about it?
It's just so racy and like so action packed. Sorry, Rain.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
There's a lot going on in it, you know?
Okay, I love it. Okay.
I'm not going to reveal it, but get into it.
Okay, I'll get into it. Okay, look, mine is smoothies. Look. Smoothies are so refreshing. It reminds you of that vacation that you want to go on. You get a little bit of fruit, a little bit of coconut water. If you're feeling like you want to be extra healthy, throw a protein shake, protein powder in there. There's something about a smoothie that is, like last week, my deal of the week was baths. This week, smoothies. It's just a vibe, as the kids say. Okay?
I love it.
So, smoothies, get it done. Okay, now we're going to do a segment called Legal Tip of the Week. Neither of you are lawyers, although I'd be scared to be on the other side of you. I'd be scared. I would be scared of either of you on the other side, but this is sponsored by my firm, Smith & Benowitz. We do personal injury, employment, and class actions. There's a lot of stuff going on right now in the employment sector. We're always available to talk to you. So here's the deal. I like lists, okay? And so severance agreements, they're happening a lot right now. A lot of people are unfortunately getting laid off, they're terminated, and they're getting a lot of you don't have to offer a severance, but a lot of times companies do offer severances because they feel like the employee may have some claim that they want to bring, so they want to buy their piece. Here are 5 easy, good tips when you're considering a severance package that people are giving you. Don't assume that you have no leverage. If they're offering you a severance package, you got some leverage. You got to know when you guys have leverage, right, guys? You guys got to know when you have leverage.
Absolutely.
These are negotiable. People would think, oh, they offered me a month. That's all I need. No, if they offered you a month, there's probably at least 2. You know what I'm saying? So they're negotiable. You have to make sure that you understand everything that's in the severance agreement before you do it. And you have to take enough time to consider what's in the severance agreement. And then finally, you need an attorney, or you should have an attorney to let you do all those things. So I'm not saying call anybody, but if you need to, 818-839-7800, benjamin@smithbenowitz.com, holler. Okay, so there's a company called Rock Paper. Now, we all know it's scary when you sign up for a subscription, but the trial period requires your credit card.
Yeah, the only thing scarier is being stuck in quarantine for another 16 weeks.
Yeah, that is scary. So wouldn't it be great if you never had to submit your actual credit card number, or you could block the merchant from charging until you've approved it?
Oh my God, but isn't that how it should be?
Well, Alex, that's how it is. With Rock Paper, you create a proxy credit card on demand that's linked to your actual credit card or debit card. The merchant can only charge you when you say so, and you don't even have to give your credit card number to another third party. It's that simple.
Oh, bomb. Sign me up.
Yeah, so that's why, yeah, I know, right? So we signed up, we moved all of our subscriptions over to Rock Paper. Get Rock Paper, spend wisely, ROCKPAPR, ROCKPAPR, join the movement. Okay, so it's been fabulous, as they say in your business, having both of you on. Where can we find you on social media, Alex? Where can we find you? Tell us where the people can find you.
Sure. Anywhere on social, you can find us at Sterling Engagements, and always feel free. You can grab it off of our website, www.sterlingengagements.com. You feel free to email me and follow along for a lot of what we're doing right now via Instagram and Facebook, etc.
Amazing. Okay, Melissa Andre, where do we find you? What do you have for us?
I'm Melissa Andre on everything, the .com and the Instagram and all the socials, and I just made an Amazon shop that can help you buy some party supplies at home and get them delivered to you. Yes, I did it for this. It's amazon.com/shop/Melissa Andre.
Okay, so that means, we've learned a lot today. First of all, Melissa created an Amazon shop just for LawFlip. That's how hot we are. Yep. We got an Amazon shop. Okay, what did we learn today? We learned that there's truly a brutal economic devastation that's happening to this industry. It's not all rich people and celebrities. There's hardworking Americans that have been devastated by this, and we're all coming together. We're trying to support them. We're learning that you don't have to be a celebrity to have fun at home. You can do all sorts of things at home. Melissa and Alex gave you a beautiful list to follow. We learned that you have to be girl bosses, as both of you girls are. Be tough, stick through these tough times, keep pursuing your dreams, bust your butt, and we're all going to throw a big party when this is all over.
Yeah, and party at your house.
Yes, party at my house. You guys are designing and event coordinating. I'm just going to drink and we'll have a good time. No, seriously, I really appreciate you guys coming on. It's really, you've really helped shine light on what's going on, and we really appreciate it. I respect and admire both of you. I've watched you both, and you have incredible careers, and I have no doubt that you guys are going to continue to do great. Everybody's going through this, and we really appreciate your time, and I think a lot of people get a lot out of this, and we'll see you next week, LawFlip. Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye.
LawFlip, objection, Your Honor. Turn the game upside down. Okay, so Ariane, they're asking where they could find us. So for LawFlip, it's at LawFlip and LawFlip.com. For Smith & Benowitz, our law firm, which does personal injury, employment, and class actions, you can find us at Smith Benowitz and SmithBenowitz.com. For the personal stuff, like where you're really going to find the juicy stuff, at Benjy Smith and BenjySmith.com. At Wages Guru and LewisBenowitz.com for Lewis. Oh, so LawFlip is produced, directed, and edited by the young legend Ariane Tabibi, and visual effects and compositions by another young legend, Oren Azad. Intro music provided by Pen Practice. Pen Practice, what is it? Premium instrumentals for upcoming artists by the music industry's top producers.
For more info, visit penpracticemusic.com. I had so much fun recording the intro song with my man Hilton Deuce Wright. Looking forward to hearing more and more from Pen Practice. So the LawFlip identity, this hot logo that you're looking at, created by Garrett Whiston and Travis Nagel. Special thank you to Shai and Seth from the Horwitz Marketing Agency. A huge thank you to Aaron and Vanessa from Smith & Benowitz for endlessly dealing with all of our podcast bullshit. And lastly, a huge thank you to our beautiful wives, Julie and Lisa, for supporting our vision, and all the love to all of our 4 boys combined. Disclaimer, this podcast is made available by Smith & Benowitz for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is only intended to provide general information and opinions about legal and other concepts, and is not intended to be used as a source of legal advice or relied on for legal advice. By listening to this podcast, you understand that no attorney-client relationship is being formed between you and Smith & Benowitz or any of its attorneys. This podcast should not be used as a substitute for competent legal advice from a licensed professional attorney in your state.